Welcome back to Lasco Ford. Today we're talking about the 2020 Ford Raptor. Not any 2020 Ford Raptor, but a 2020 Ford Raptor that has an MSRP of just over $58,000. Now that's a great price considering it's a crew cab Raptor, but there's much more to talk about today. We're here to talk about several things: pricing, transparency, why does Lasco Ford have so many Raptors, and why are we selling them all over the country when other dealers have Raptors. So today I brought Madison with me. Madison has been selling Raptors all across the country, has some great stories. But why don't you start off by just telling everybody about why do people call Lasco Ford?
Well, it's pretty often that we get calls, emails coming to our dealership. People are asking, oh my gosh, is your Raptor really this price? And the answer is yes. Our team does a lot of work making sure that our advertising is transparent all around the country. So what you see is what you get online. We're able to reach people all over the country, doing transactions over the phone, email. We ship vehicles, and I've even had customers fly in and take delivery of some of our trucks. So we make the process really simple. We sell a lot of them when we have the knowledge to order what people want as far as packages and different equipment on them.
I think that was really important that you pointed out there, that it doesn't matter, where people live. If they don't want to travel here, we make it really simple. We can do paperwork via mail, and a lot of it gets done online, digitally, all secure, and then we just deliver it right to their driveway. I mean, so it's as easy as that. Or Flint Airport is what, 10 miles north of us or something, and yeah, we fly in there, we pick people up right at the airport. Makes it simple, and then the selection, I think, is a really good thing to point out. Not only do we have a huge allocation because we keep selling them fast, but I think the management does an amazing job of ordering the right colors and packages and everything. It makes it easier to sell, probably, right?
Yes, absolutely. we have some unique ones, and if for some crazy reason we don't have what you want out of the handful of Raptors that we always have in stock, we have the means to get you the right one. So
great point. Well, before we jump off here and get to this Raptor in particular and the options that it has, we're going to talk about what's new and many more things. Why don't you tell them a story about how you shipped a Raptor over across seas?
Yeah, yes, I had a customer. There was quite a bit of a time difference, so it was kind of funny when we were communicating, but he actually lived in Hawaii, so I could only call him after like 3 in the afternoon. And he purchased one of our Raptors, and we did all of the process over the phone and email. We overnighted paperwork to him. He never had to leave the island, and there's now a Lasco Ford Raptor rolling around on Hawaii. So.
That is so cool. I mean, I definitely didn't think that we'd be selling a Raptor, over the ocean in Hawaii. Yeah. That's for sure.
Pretty cool.
Great job on that. Before we jump off and get to the details on this, while we're talking about pricing, might as well get into some details because I'm sure everybody wants to know. This 2020 Ford Raptor, we're willing to sell right now. It just dropped off the truck. I mean, it's still dirty. I mean, it needs to get through prep. We'll sell this $1,000 below MSRP right now. Give us a call, 810-629-2255. You can ask for Madison. She obviously knows how to sell all over the place. And not just that, but we have, I think, 1 or 2 2019s left. Those we're selling really fast. Those are well below MSRP, so contact us on those right away if you want to scoop one of those up. Some fantastic packages. And the 2020s are dropping every day. So, make sure you reach out to us. We're going to help you out. We're going to make it as easy as possible. But enough of this. Let's get to the details on this Raptor. All right, guys, so here we go. We're looking at this 2020 Ford Raptor, fresh off the truck. All kinds of great options. One of the most important things that I wanted to point out was the price of this truck. So I went on Ford's website. I priced out a 2020 Ford Raptor, Super Crew, loaded up with pretty much every option you can put on it. And only thing I didn't do is accessories, so no accessories or anything, like a cargo, the bed extender or anything like that. And it came out to just over, actually almost $78,000, $77,920. I have it right here. I will try to zoom in on that for you. $77,920. And then you look at this, same configuration, Super Crew, that the MSRP on it is only $58,380. And I just told you in the clip before that we're willing to sell this $1,000 below that right now. So it's all about configuration, and we're going to talk about a little bit of the options today. We're going to talk about what changed primarily from 2018 to 19, some of the upgrades. So let's just go ahead and dive in. All right, so the first thing that I want to point out on this Raptor, because a few years ago, 2017, 2018, even though the suspension was fantastic on that truck, starting in 2019, we have an all-new suspension with large Fox Racing shocks that have live valve technology, and that's active live valve technology with internal bypass. Now, what exactly does that mean? Well, not only does this truck have more travel, but it actually adapts to how you're driving. So, I mean, you're talking about whether it's speed, whether it's certain bumps you're going over. I mean, the suspension on this truck is actually adapting to the terrain that you're driving on. I mean, it's pretty amazing. It's a huge upgrade. So you're gonna get that on this truck. And you need that because obviously the 3.5 liter EcoBoost has 450 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque, which you're obviously gonna need some good suspension, good tires in order to keep that traction. That's some serious power. So on the second generation BFGoodrich, which should help you get that traction. Those KO2 tires are obviously a huge upgrade versus a normal F-150. That's paired along with all new driving modes, which why don't we go over those driving modes right now? All right, guys, so here we are inside the 2020 Ford Raptor, and we'll go over these different modes real quick for you. First thing we'll go over is the steering feel, which is in normal or either sport or comfort. I drove a Raptor as like a daily driver for quite a while, and I'll tell you what, I think an item that's not talked about that much is that comfort mode. You put this thing into comfort steering mode, and I mean it's just as an everyday driver, it just drives great. No different than like an F-150 in my opinion, if not even nicer. And then obviously you have the sport mode, which will give you the ultimate experience, ultimate feel, and then just normal mode, which is also a fantastic mode. So then to go over driving modes, we're actually gonna have to go through these I think a little fast, because if I don't, it's gonna wanna switch into 4x4 and hang us up. So we've got normal mode, deep snow and sand. Yeah, there it goes. I figured it was gonna try to do that on me. And then you have Baja mode, and then you have rock crawl mode. It wants to go into 4 low on me. Obviously rock crawling is paired with 4 low properly. Slippery mode goes into regular 4x4, and then tow haul mode, sport mode, which I'm sure is everybody's favorite and is it lets you know it's in sport mode, that's for sure, and then normal mode. So there's all the different modes. And speaking of that sport mode, I mean, you want to talk about different style of shifting and torque. I mean, I don't even think you would drive around every day in that mode. It wouldn't even be right. It's pretty awesome, that's for sure. So that goes over all the modes, and let's go on to the next thing here. So taking a look at the screen inside the vehicle, you do have a nice new Sync 3 system. You can obviously tell that the graphics have been updated significantly, and it's much more fluid now, much more responsive. Obviously they continue to release updates, but just a nice clean look. And if you noticed a couple generations ago, things might have just been a little bit slower when you swiped back and forth, but between pinch and zoom, between swiping, it's really fantastic. Obviously FordPass Connect is a fantastic option on vehicles that's becoming standard, where you can download the FordPass on your phone, start your vehicle remotely, lock your car, and many other features that Ford's coming out with. It's fantastic. So let's just talk a little bit about on this vehicle. Now, that MSRP of only $58,000 comes with your standard seats, which are actually really, really nice. You know, I was initially wondering, you know, what the fabric was going to be like, and you know, it's almost like a really tough weave that they put in here, which obviously I think they were thinking smart. You know, they knew that the person that was going to be using a Raptor, whether it be dirt, mud, snow, they needed something that was definitely going to stand up, you know, to the elements, and they really did a great job with that. Still has your Raptor logo stitched in to the back there. Looks fantastic. You know, and if you really look at the quality of this 2020 Ford Raptor, you know, versus the $75,000+ ones that we have out on the lot, like I said, you can get up to $77,920. I mean, look at all the features that you're getting. I mean, all your steering wheel controls, okay? Obviously, we talked about the Sync 3 system, auto off start, which you can turn off. You have, you know, the cruise control for the trail mode, which is fantastic. You know, we talked about that. I think my brother did the one video where we were talking about how we sell these below MSRP. And, you know, if you're going through that rough terrain and, you know, your foot's bouncing, that trail, you know, speed control is unbelievable. I mean, it just keeps you going smooth, you know, regardless of conditions. Obviously, you're not missing anything here with dual USB ports, which is awesome. You know, you don't have auto air at this price point, but you know, a lot of people that are looking for a value, auto air, it's all right, they don't mind. I mean, it's still very controllable. You can obviously see your shift selector, center console, obviously still center shift, that's standard. There's your center console. Here's an option that I think some people were questioning on some of our other videos, depending on the trim. Let me see if I can get this to focus in for me. There we go. Your upfitter switches are still included, okay? So even at this price point, you still have upfitter switches. Sorry about that, not adjusting perfectly there. So let's just take a little walk around the outside of the vehicle now, and we'll show you any differences. So as far as exterior features, you know, on this level of 2020 Ford Raptor, still comes well equipped. I mean, you have your machined aluminum wheels. You have, you know, the well-known Raptor running board. This particular Raptor, the only option I think I saw on the window sticker was this spray-in bed liner. So, I mean, that's something that our customers are just telling us, you know, that they really want. And it's just nice to have. I mean, right from the factory, perfectly sprayed. So, you notice how it's not a soft automatic close tailgate, you know, manual tailgate. We also had some comments from some people that said that that's what they like. They want the traditional tailgate. Well, guess what? You can also get what you want if that's what you're looking for at the low 58,000 in MSRP versus getting up there in the 70s. So let's show you this window sticker really quick and show you. I want to say, if I'm correct, the internet can, you know, roast me if not. Yeah, bed liner, $595. That's the only added option on this, and that's how you got to that 58,380, just adding the $595 spray and bed liner. So let's just go over a couple. I have the 2019, you know, updated list versus the 2020. Believe it or not, we don't have our hands on it yet. So these things are dropping on the lot so fresh, they don't even have the data to us on the exact changes that the public might not, you know about yet on the 2020 Ford Raptor. So I'm just going to kind of give you some walk around footage, and I'll go through this real quick. Performance and handling, electric park brake, now standard on all models. So there you go. You're talking about low price point, what you get again? Well, it's standard. So engine block heater. Now that's a freestanding option with no restrictions, where previously you were only able to get that in certain states. So if you like an engine block heater, whether you're traveling, let's say that you have a cabin somewhere, you up in the mountains, whatever it may be, now you know, you can get your engine block heater. So we talked about the Fox Racing Shox. We talked about the trail control, which replaced the hill descent control in 2019. And then as far as safety and security, you now have automatic high beam headlamps that are now standard. That's a nice feature. I notice that when I'm driving around. I always wonder when a car is approaching and these automatic, you know, these quad beam headlights are just roaring down the road and somebody's coming over the crest of a hill. I just wonder if they're gonna click off in time, and I'll tell you what, every single time they click off. I mean, it's fantastic. That's some really impressive technology that they have. Pre-collision assist with automatic emergency brake. That's standard. Aluminum cross bed toolbox is now available for the bed. Pretty cool option. FordPass. That's now standard. We showed you that. So you can download FordPass in either the Apple or Android store. The kicker subwoofer, which some people did like, is no longer available. But I'll tell you what, if you want to go all out and get the Bang & Olufsen system, I mean, that's a lot. It really is a lot. The CD player is no longer included, so for anybody that's rolling old school that wants to play some discs, sorry for your luck, you cannot get a CD player now. Reverse sensing is now standard. I'm going to walk around and show you that here in just a second. The single panel power moonroof, that was available on Super Cab versus the large panoramic that we've showed you in some other videos. So there's your reverse sensing. And I think I walked past that and didn't even see it. Nice and dirty from coming right off the truck. Just looks like some dust. But so yeah, that's reverse sensing standard. That's fantastic. All right, what else now? We have a Sync 3, which is now standard. Showed you that. Technology package. The features are updated there. That 17-inch forged aluminum beadlock wheel that you saw on some other models, that was updated. So, I mean, there's all kinds of options. We're gonna get you the exact list, and we'll do one more walk around of a loaded 2020 Ford Raptor for you, and that way you can see every single feature. But I think it was just really important to point out that you can get a 2020 Raptor in the 50s, and not only that, but you heard Madison talking about the things that we're doing. I mean, we're shipping these all the way to Hawaii. As obviously our pricing works. Obviously the ones that we have in stock work. Obviously because we're selling them at fair prices all over the country, people are allowing us to sell more by doing business with us, which allows us to get more allocation from the factory, and we're just gonna keep it rolling, So slam that like button, hit the subscribe button. That stuff really helps. We're trying to get you guys the best content we can here on our YouTube channel. So if you wanna see anything else, 92255, call or text, visit our website, lascoford.com. We really appreciate you guys watching.